Training for the Olympics takes a level of dedication, focus, and endurance that very few people have. Individuals who have these qualities and are able to perform at such a level of excellence, they're selected to represent their country, are celebrated by the world every 4 years. We always hear about the winners, but what happens to those who don't make it? What becomes of their lives? Great questions. I like where your head's at. Let's see if Molly's Game is able to answer those questions, or if this movie goes full tilt. Let's dive in and take a look in this review. This film is based on the real-life story of Molly Bloom, professional world-class skier, now turned entrepreneur, who runs high-stakes poker games for Hollywood movie stars, Wall Streeters, the mob, and more. Eventually, her story catches the attention of the FBI, and that's what we take a look at in this film. First, we get to meet Molly and her family, a few curious characters who frequent her high-stakes poker games, as well as all the attorneys. In all, everyone plays a very specific purpose in this film to move the plot forward and to tell the story as it was meant to be told. There is absolutely no fluff or extravagance in this film. Overall, the story is written well enough that it makes sense, but in this particular movie, it's the dialogue that shines. The story structure moves rapidly and with exactness. Each of the characters we're introduced to gives a little bit of exposition and often conflicting points of view that allow us as an audience to really see the film as more than just one-dimensional through Molly's eyes, but it actually allows us to kind of see the bigger picture of what's going on in this world that was written up for this film. So in short, every character in this film is in this film for a very specific reason. Their perspectives can either challenge Molly's way of thinking, support Molly's way of thinking, or they could create a potentially life-threatening situation, as we see at least once in this movie. Also, the dialogue in this film is delivered very quickly, and that actually makes for an even more enjoyable experience because it keeps the tempo of the film moving at a very steady pace. Regarding the actors, I wasn't really blown away by any single performance. Everybody in this film does a really good job in their particular role, and it really kind of helps build out this world to make this film feel like an ensemble piece, even though it is specifically about Molly and her story. Jessica Chastain, who plays Molly Bloom, feels very believable in her role. And since I'm unfamiliar with the real-life story and the real-life person, I'm not able to comment on whether or not her performance was an accurate portrayal of who that individual is in real life, but I will say I did find it believable once I understood kind of the thought pattern this character has and the manner in which she speaks to people. Idris Elba plays Molly's initially reluctant attorney, Charlie Jaffrey, and he actually delivers a very nice emotional counter to the kind of precise and calculated personality that Molly has. Another highlight for me in this movie was the time on screen that those two spent together, because I feel like they complemented each other very, very well. However, I didn't really walk out of the theater thinking that both of them are going to be nominated for their roles in this film. Molly's Game is playing at your local movie theater right now, and I definitely enjoyed my time in the theater with this movie. If you're the type of person who enjoys courtroom drama or historical biopics, then this is definitely a movie for you. However, if you're the type of movie watcher who prefers films with more action, lusty romance, lots of special effects, robots, or monsters, this is definitely not the movie for you. At its core, this is a movie that is well written and well paced. And if your favorite time of year is Oscar season, then this is definitely a movie that you are going to be excited about, and you are very much going to enjoy your time in the theater. Because this movie is about people discussing their life, their experiences, their viewpoints, and their hopes. And because of all of this, it's definitely getting at least one high five from this guy. Molly's Game is playing at your local movie theater right now. Check it out.